Hello. Okay. Welcome. Happy Cyber Mentoring Monday. And I see I have to start the stream by getting up and fetching a cat. Because Dark Eldar has requested some cat time with Raven, so we'll get on with that. And he just subscribed at tier 1, and so did Old Legion 92 with Prime. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much. Okay, I will be right back with Raven. So give me a few minutes. Alright. Here we go. Hello. Say hi, Raven. This one is a puppy in a kitten's buff, in a cat body. She likes playing. Hello. And she will bite, but she play bites. So it's kind of cute, and she's desperately trying to get off my lap. Alright, hang on. Okay, cutie. Say goodbye. Say bye. Alright, I'll let her go and shut the door. I'm so glad I added that as a as a redeemable thing. Alright, let's turn the volume of the music down just slightly. So I have a new audio setup, so I'm using what's it called? Hang on. Voice meter banana? Something like that. So yeah. I should have different audio inputs and outputs I can control, which is kind of nice. But yeah, let me just scroll back, make sure I didn't miss anything. I thought he would be taller. I'm 6'1", I think. So I'm not sure if that's tall or not. I do recall when I went to DEF CON a few weeks ago, thinking how short quite a lot of people were. Oh wow, hang on, what just happened? The Hacker Maker gifting 5 tier 1 subs, thank you so much. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't think of myself as like really tall, but yeah, it's I definitely remember thinking that a lot of people were quite a bit shorter than I was, so there's that, I guess. Alright, we've got a lot of alerts coming through. I think it's all the gift subs. Alright, let me see any more. First time here, fellow mobile dev. I'm not a mobile dev. I have no idea how to develop for mobile. And how's the web course coming along? The web course is definitely coming along quite nicely. I've set a goal to like do at least five slides a day, because my schedule's pretty busy with like the work for one, and then my like development of AutoRecon takes up quite a bit, and yeah, so I've been mostly hitting my goal, and obviously like when I say writing a slide, really writing one slide is actually usually split into a few, so it's coming along pretty well. It's jam packed full of information, so that's the main thing. But yeah. So yeah, this is a new thing I'm trying out. I'm going to try and do a regular Monday stream, and it's going to be effectively beginner boxes for people who are new to this. So hopefully that will be I don't know, good for people, a learning experience maybe, and we can help. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a lot of subscriptions today. Thank you very much. We're not doing insane boxes. All right, let me switch to my screen. All right. So what I've got set up for everyone, we have Hack the Box. I don't know why that's active. Let me shut that down. Oh, I think I was maybe going to suggest doing Knife. But we also have Try Hack Me, and I have an account on Proving Grounds, but we can only do like the play stuff. So does chat want to suggest a few boxes? And bear in mind they're only going to be, we want to keep it easy. So yeah, not rope 2. The box should be easy. Yeah, knife I've heard is easy, and it should be a good one. I've never actually tried it. I just remember looking at it because I think Ipsec did a video. I usually check out Ipsec's channel and look at the easy boxes and see like what exactly how I usually judge by how long he takes, and I think he took like maybe 40 minutes on that one. So I guess I tell you what we'll do. I'll do a poll. And for which platform we do first, all right? And so we'll have Hack the Box, Try Hack Me, and Proving Grounds. All right, and we'll vote. We'll vote for 2 minutes. I got 67 viewers, which is, I think, not the most I've had, but maybe it's up there for sure. So yeah, and yeah, we do love Ipsec. I especially love Ipsec because if we go to AutoRecon, this quote by him, which is an actual quote he said in the InfoSec Prep Discord server when I was describing my tool to him. So I as soon as he said it, I put it on my thing. Wow, thank you MacGyver3 for the subscription. I'm getting a lot of subs today. I mentioned on Twitter earlier, like someone asked, is it subs only? And I'm like, I don't think I have enough subs to justify a subs only stream. But hey, maybe we're getting there. All right. It looks like Hack the Box is winning by quite a lot. Favorite Ipsec quote is "Run, man, woman." What was the context for that? All right, unless a miracle happens, I think we're on Hack the Box. So let's spawn up Knife, and I think I need to. Can't remember what my VPN is called. I'm just going to double check. All right, so I think HTTPS downloads lab. I believe it's this one. Because I got a I have a what's that? The Pro Plus or something subscription. I got a month for doing a the Hack the Box Ottawa talk. And yeah, Hack the Box has one. Okay, let's do Knife. What we're going to do firstly, I'm just going to ping it to make sure it's up. We can access it, which we can. That's great. So I got AutoRecon version 2. At least I think it's version 2. Git branch, yeah. All right. So we're going to run it using sudo AutoRecon. We'll give it a -v, and that should be enough, I think. All right. So for those who aren't aware, AutoRecon is a tool that I wrote, which effectively does most of your enumeration for you. Obviously, if you don't know what each command is doing, you really should investigate and have a look at the command outputs, which you can also do. The tool lists the commands it runs. Let me open up Atom. How do you fuzzle wuzzle? Do you mean fuzz? Oh, it's Holly. It's not a real question. Yeah, this is bowling. This is what bowling with bumpers looks like. Okay, so let me close the source code. You don't need to see the source code of any of this. Alright, what I'll do is I'll go into the results directory, scans, commands.log. So you see it runs a few commands. So the first 3 commands it runs, if we go back up to this output, first 3 commands it runs, it does a top TCP port scan, which effectively is just the top 1,000 TCP ports. Alright, it does that because I want it to finish quickly. It doesn't take too long to run a top TCP port scan, so we run that so we get results back quicker. And as you can see, it is the first thing to finish here. And when it finishes, it finds SSH and HTTP. So it's going to start scanning using some plugins. So it'll do an mmap of SSH, for instance, do some directory busting. It'll run curl. Oh, what was that? Resubscribe. Thank you, AutoRecon. So then it does an all TCP ports, because obviously you definitely want to scan all the TCP ports. It'll take a long time, but if you miss some ports, then you really need to run this. And then it'll do top 100 UDP. And it does top 100, not top 1,000, because if you've ever scanned UDP, it takes such a long time. So top 100 is pretty good. Is it better to report the mmap scan on the OCP other than AutoRecon? I would say so, yeah. Yeah, report the mmap scan. Because at least it shows that you know the mmap scan was the thing that found stuff. Okay, so it does a few scans. Yeah, GitHub's public. So it's here, and then if you click on, so you go to, let me do, I think, AutoRecon, there you go. And then if you scroll down to the beta, if you click this link, it'll take you here, and then there's some instructions on how to install the beta. If you go down to here, so it's just basically passing the branch beta. I haven't used Legion. As far as I'm concerned, this is the best tool on the market, and it's free, and I wrote it, so it's cool. So we've still got the TCP ports, all TCP ports scan, the UDP ports, and Dirtbuster's still running. That's fine. What makes it better? Well, I wrote it, so I understand what the code does. I've never used Legion, so I can't really say it. It was mostly a joke. I don't know what Legion does. So let's actually scroll on this output. So most of this is just service scans running, so you don't need to look at the actual output here. But what it does do is it searches for patterns. So as you can see here, it's found this pattern powered by PHP 8.1.0-dev, and it's also identified an HTTP server, Apache 2.4.41. So that's quite interesting, both of those. This is not as interesting. Apache 2.4 might not be vulnerable to anything. But what we can do is Google these. But firstly, let's look at some of the actual output. So we've got a TCP scan, a SSH scan of TCP port 22. And so, this is pretty common stuff. There's nothing in here that really immediately jumps out at me. You've got version numbers though. Version numbers are incredibly useful for doing these boxes, because you can usually Google the version number plus the word exploit, and it'll it'll pop out. So if we get to it, we can probably Google one of these and see if there's anything. But let's go to TCP port 80. So we did a curl, and we see there's the X powered by. So there's a version number there. There's a version number in the server header. We won't scroll through the HTML yet unless we need to. And then you've got this feroxbuster common.txt, which is just iterating through a number of files. So it's still running, so there's some output there already, but we'll let that go. And then if we look at this mmap scan for HTTP, it's basically just going to be, so again, we've got the headers. Yeah, we can come back to this if we need to, but this again looks, nothing immediately is jumping out anyway. Let's say that. There's a screenshot of the page. We're going to visit the page in a minute anyway. And then we got WhatWeb, which is this really nice tool that basically just tries to tell you what the web app is running. And so in this case, it gives you a summary. So it says, it's running using PHP 8.1.0-dev. It's running, it looks like on Ubuntu Linux with an Apache 2.4.41. And it looks like it's got HTML5. Using PHP, obviously. There's some scripts in there. So yeah, it's a pretty useful tool, to be honest. All right. So let's start Googling. I tell you what, we'll go to the site first. Copy the IP address again. HTTP. And okay, so we have this site. There's links that don't go anywhere. Let's view the page source, and I'll zoom in for you guys. So I could have done this in the AutoRecon output. This is just much easier because it does syntax highlighting. So we got some CSS there. That's probably not going to be anything. There's some more CSS here. And then, so the SVG is the actual image. There's a script. There's some JavaScript here. This is an easy box, so I would imagine none of this is anything related to that. So since nothing's popping out like comments or anything, there's like a few comments here, but they don't look like anything. What we'll do is we'll go back to our results. So let's start with the version stuff. So we'll Google this version here of PHP. The -dev looks interesting to me. You don't usually, the -dev means it's a development version, so it's probably not in the live. Okay. I didn't even need to type exploit, right? Okay. So you see how easy that was, right? This is why, especially in the OCP, version matching is so important. And yeah, I could have typed. Let's try Apache. And see, oh, hang on, I think I. Okay, so there is an exploit, but it might not be anything too interesting. So it's a redirect. All right. So probably nothing much. All right. This one looks way more interesting because it says remote code execution, right? So let's go to this exploit, and I'll zoom in. An early release of PHP 8.1.0-dev was released with a backdoor of March 28th, 2021. I was not aware of that. That's kind of funny. All right. Wow. Sarigan or Srigan. I honestly don't know how to pronounce your username, and I do apologize. Thank you for the Prime sub. Okay. The following exploit uses the backdoor to provide a pseudo shell on the host. All right. What was your full AutoRecon start stuff? Let's go back to that. So I just used -v, but I'm kind of cheating because, by the way, this finished and nothing else was found. If you look at my config file, I have create port directories set to true. This is actually I've committed it. I've pushed that, so that will be default for everyone. I'm considering making it just default completely in the tool. And what that does is instead of outputting everything in the scans directory, it creates. I'm not sure if you can see this. I apologize if you can't, but I can't. I'm not sure how to increase the font size of this. But instead of putting everything in the scans directory, it creates directories for the different ports. So in this case, it found two ports, TCP22 and TCP80, and so it put all the TCP80 scans in here and all the TCP22 scans in there. All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you can see it. Sorry, I thought you said you can't. Awesome. Yeah. So that's the only thing. By default, I tried to create it so at least with minimal inputs, it does most of what it's designed to do. There's obviously some advanced features you can put in there, but if you just run it with -v, and I run it with -v just so I can see the commands. So these commands here don't appear if you don't put -v. But yeah, I just like seeing what commands are running. And so it took 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Don't forget to check out more commands to run manually. This is what a lot of people don't realize about AutoRecon, is there are commands that don't make any sense to run automatically. So let's actually just check out very quickly the manual commands folder, well, direct file. And so, for instance, SSH on port 22, you could brute force the logins, right, using these commands. But you don't want to do that by default, because obviously brute forcing can lock people out. And there's also some other scans you could do for directory busting. We're using your tool of choice, so there's a number of different tools you can use here. And again, credential brute forcing with a warning not to modify them. Nicto's in here if you still like Nicto. I hate Nicto. And WP scan if you find a WordPress site. So there's quite nice stuff here. But let's have a look. So what does this actually do? Well, it's Python, which is nice. It's using the request library, which I understand. So it's going to create a session. It's going to do a GET request to whatever host you put in. Okay. If it gets a 200, this is really awful code, by the way. This is not how you check for a 200 in requests. But yeah, interactive shell is opened on host. Okay. How's it? Oh. Okay, so it executes it by putting it in the headers. That's interesting. Alright, we'll download this. Save that. Okay. Create a new shell. Downloads. Oh, I got some old ones here. What was the number? 499. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll move 499 into our exploit directory. AutoRecon, results, exploit. Okay, and then we'll go in there. CD results, exploit. Okay. Well, let's run the script anyway, because it looked like it actually did the stuff it's told about. There's nothing in there what looks like it's malicious. So we'll try it. Alright, 499.33.py. I believe you just run it without anything. Enter the full host URL. Okay, well, let's go do that. Interactive shell. So we run ID. Oh, look. Well, that's nice. So we have yeah, a shell as our user, James. Alright, now we're in, yeah. Okay, you see how easy that was. But let's do burp. And what we'll do is I'll show you why this is working like this. So it's not really an interactive shell for first thing. If you look at the code, you know, it just prints that. So like this, I'm not entirely sure why he's printed that, but that's not coming from anywhere. That's just him printing it, the guy who wrote this exploit. So all that happens is you sending, when you type a command in here, it grabs that input and it puts it in the headers. And so yeah, that's all it does, and then it sends it. So we should, if Burp will open for me. Don't make me open. Okay. 2 secs. I don't want to dox my name, so hang on a minute. I'm just opening Burp Suite Pro, which will hopefully open. Yeah. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. And start. And now we can go back. Alright. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, if you have a copy of Burp Suite Pro, it puts your name in the startup screen. It also puts your name up here, but I wrote an extension to to blank that. So that's why I did that. Anyway, okay. So now what we'll do, we'll go to the proxy. We'll open the browser. I really should have opened Burp before I got on the stream. I just didn't expect to be using it. What we'll do is we'll go to here. We'll go back to Burp Suite, we'll paste that in. So we should have some stuff in here now. Yep, there we go. We'll send this to repeater. Alright, now let's have a look at the actual exploit code. It looks like it puts 2 user agent headers in, so we'll do that. So we'll copy this user agent and we'll replace it with this one. This is knife, the box. And then we have another user agent, and it looks like, so I'm just going to copy this entire thing. User agents like that, and obviously I believe that's from the original, so we can basically anything that goes in here I think should work. Let me just double check. It's just a GET request. Yeah, GET host. Alright, let's try this. Response. Do we... I'm not sure where it gets put in. Doc type. Alright, so it should be near the top. No. Oh, user agent with a it's a double T. There we go. Oh yeah, chat was telling me. There we go. So yeah, so now we have it in. That's all we do, right? So we can list stuff, probably. Yep. All right, let's get a shell. Let's get a proper shell. Reverse shell. All right, what's my IP address? I'll cancel out this. We don't need that anymore. My IP address is this thing here. All right, and we'll do port 4444. We'll copy the reverse shell, and then stick it in here. And the thing will have to change because it used single quotes here. We'll just have to put some double quotes in, I think. The generator. This is hang on. Hack tools. It's a pretty nifty generator. So it's got reverse shell, it's got PHP reverse shells, like it tells you how to spawn a TTY, useful Linux commands. It's pretty cool. All right, let's set up our reverse shell listener though. So nc mvlp 4444. This might not work the first time. We'll see. It did. All right, good. Okay, so now let's get a actual shell, proper shell. Actually, I'll show you how to do that with the tool as well. So you can just go in here. You go to this one, TTY spawn shell, copy the TTY, and then paste it in there. And now we have Python. We need Python 3. All right. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this bit. Python 3 and then paste. There we go. All right. So now we have a TTY. All right. So let's run linps then. Or, you know, what we could do is we could check sudo-l. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's always useful to just check sudo-l or maybe the SUID binaries because they're really easy to get to get root. Okay, so we can run this knife command. So let's go to GTFO bins. GTFO bins is a really cool site. It basically tells you how, using Unix binaries that are already on a box, how you can use them to get to certain things. So you can get shells from them, or if they're SUID, how you can get like a root shell. So we've got knife. So you can see, if you have the binary knife, you can get a shell from it by doing this. And actually the same way, if you have sudo, which we do, because we can, I should probably explain what this means actually. So the user James may run the following commands on knife. This isn't part of the command, that just means James can run this command as root. Okay. This bit means he can run the command as root without entering his password. And that's important because we don't know James's password. And finally, this is the command we can run. All right. So what we'll do is we'll copy this. Let me zoom in actually. This password may be bombed, yeah. All right, so we'll copy that and paste it in. And there we go. We are now root. All right. Okay. So that was very easy. Are there any questions about any of that? Why didn't you have to URL encode the shell script? That's a good question, because it's not technically in the URL. This is a header. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, Shaquille Oatmeal 5. I like that username. That's funny. If it was in the URL, so if it was up here, you'd have to URL encode it, and also if this was a form and you were sending it down here like test equals something something, then you'd have to encode it down there. However, headers are pretty much not encoded. You can put spaces in them, you can put, you know, ampersands, everything. And the reason for that is they only have one value, right? The reason we encode URL stuff is mostly so that you can easily, on the other side, parse out the values, because you might have multiple values. So for instance, the values are all separated by ampersands, like basically these characters. So obviously if you're using this command, this has an ampersand in it, so you need to encode that. But headers are just a key and a value. And as soon as you have a new line character, that's the end of the header. So as long as your input doesn't have a new line, you're fine. All right. Were there any other questions? Chat has been scrolling a lot, so are you gonna when are you going to transfer the beta to master? When the beta is over. But yeah, in an actual web app pen testing engagement, do you actually have to ProVesc, or is that just a CTF thing? If you get a shell, firstly, getting a shell in a web app engagement is so difficult. But I've done it before, and yeah, if I'll go the extra mile just because it's fun, because you don't get shells as a web app tester that often. So yeah, I'll try to get root. And I think on the last 2 tests I managed to do it. Ironically, on the last one I got, the user was a sudo user who could just execute anything without the password. When's the web app hacking course being released? Again, no release date. I'm still working on it. It's still a work in progress, but I'm getting closer. You know, good things come to those who wait, unfortunately. I don't want to release it and be like half a course, or like, you know, 90% of a course. I want the full 100%, which means there's a lot of writing to do. Cool. All right, so we've done knife. So let's close all these windows. And does everyone want to do another Hack the Box box? I love saying Hack the Box box. Or there's a message in the root folder. Okay. Okay. That shouldn't actually be possible because this is the Pro Plus. How did you even get to this box? Unless are they just on the same network? I'm not network segmented. I'm not gonna cap that only because I've seen people like get I don't want to because I've seen people like literally get kicked off Twitch because they hacked something and it was like a really weird message there. So I'm sure you can just paste what you put in the thing, or you can if it's ASCII art, if it's ASCII art, just put it in on Pastebin. I'm sorry. I know you're Hack the Box staff. All right, chat. Do you want me to cat it? Knowing that I will hunt. I will go to Florida. And I'll hunt down Ryan if it's. All right, fine. All right, you shouldn't do this, but do rope 2 or pleb. Love your favorite Hack the Box employee. All right, fine. We're not doing rope 2. Okay, no way. This is a beginner stream. All right, very funny. Let's exit and exit again and again. Okay. Does everyone want to stick with Hack the Box, or do you want to move on to Try Hack Me or Proving Grounds? Maybe I should do another poll. Let's do another poll. We'll do a minute. Which platform? Hack the Box, Try Hack Me, or Proving Grounds. You get a minute to vote. The poll is live. Vote for what you want to see. I would say this box is way too easy for an OSCP box. I would maybe the 10-pointer. I doubt it. I'd say even the 10-pointer is a little bit harder than that one. I'm actually kind of surprised by how easy it is. I don't. Yeah, I mean, people rated it as very easy, maybe to medium. I think maybe the medium thing is only if you don't recognize the PHP thing, which is why AutoRecon's so good, because it literally told us. It's like, there it is. And again, like, seeing that, the dev version just looks weird. Oh, Try Hack Me almost won, but Hack the Box was victorious again. Alright. Let's go to machines. We'll stop this one. Stop machine. Now, unfortunately, we have to do retired machines. Oh, site was glitching. Okay, let's sort by user rating. If I can, is it going to let me? Can you not? Oh, there's a sort by. Okay, Brian. Just an FYI, it would be nice to be able to click these to sort them. Since we have a Hack the Box staff member in here, why can't I just click that to sort instead of going up here? Rating, I guess? User difficulty? Oh my goodness. I mean, the interface is very pretty, but it's very slow. All right. Everyone, so I'll scroll down a little bit, and if everyone sees a box they want me to try, please submit it in the chat, and then we'll vote again. All right. So these are all the easy ones. All right, we've got Devil. All right, so basically all the easy. So we've, oh, hang on, yeah, there's more easies that, I guess, a medium that snuck into easy. Easy, Valentine, Spectra. We're not doing medium. We're doing easy boxes because this is a beginner stream. We can do mediums another day, absolutely. But this is Cyber Mentoring Monday, so I want to do some easy boxes for people. All right, we've only got, I think someone said Devil, Shocker. I didn't see Shocker on the list. Oh no, there it is. Okay, so Devil and Shocker. Poison, yeah, I saw that. I think it was down here. Poison's technically a medium, so we won't do poison. Bank. Is Bank immediate? Hang on. Bank's easy. Okay. All right, I think there's the three. So we got Devil, we've got Shocker, and we got Bank. All right, let's vote. Devil, Shocker, and Bank. All right, you've got, I'll give you 2 minutes to decide. Thank you, Dude Man Bro, for the Prime sub. All right, you guys have got a few minutes left, minute and a half left maybe. Bank looks like it's winning. Right, to subscribe, I believe you can go to your profile up here and then click subscriptions. And I believe you can subscribe there. Let me double check. Yeah, so you can purchase, I think, or maybe not. You can always file a ticket, or we have actually a Hack the Box staff member in here, Ryan, so you can always ping him. There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna spawn this machine up because I'm certain it's gonna win. All right, bank one. So we are creating the instance. Let's clear out. So remove the results directory. clear out that. We'll set this up to, there we go. All right, we have an IP address. All right, so again, we are scanning using AutoRecon. We're doing the top TCP ports, all TCP ports, top 100 UDP. Okay, so it found the quick top TCP ports found 3 things. And yes, DevHacker, this is the new iteration. This is the beta. It's very stable though, as far as I'm aware. So we found SSH, we found DNS. That's what domain means, and we found HTTP. So we're going to start with a mmap SSH scan. And by the way, when you see these mmap-SSH or, for instance, mmap-HTTP, mostly it's just running the same mmap scan. It's just when it comes to scripts, the mmap scripts, it as you see, this is the HTTP one. It's going to run any script beginning with HTTP or SSL, and it will refuse to run anything that brute forces, that uses broadcast, denial of service, connects to external stuff. Or in HTTP's case uses the slow loris attack, or that's a fuzzer. So that's pretty common. So as we see, we have identified HTTP server Apache 2.4.7. How do I get the colors to show up in the terminal? That is using Colorama. So if I do Colorama, search for that. Oh, hang on. If I go to cprint, it's basically there's these objects that Colorama has for and style, and so you can set like. This is a bold green. This is a bold red. This is just green. And then when you're printing stuff, you can just use these sort of formatting variables to start it. But yeah, that at Linux pretty much shows what this is doing. It's basically just translating these into that information. Yeah. Feel free to look at the source code, just pull this out, because I got this from some other Python app as well. Alright, we're gonna close that. Let's see where we are. So there's 3 scans still running. Let's have a look at the results. Scans, right. We'll start with TCP. Sorry, we'll start with 22. And again, this looks very similar to the other one, right? Okay, nothing there. Then we'll go to DNS. Okay, so we have a version number there, which might be interesting. Reverse lookup, nothing. No zone transfer. Okay. TCP, all right. So we have the Apache default page. Hopefully this is going to find something for us. Otherwise, the mmap HTTP scan is going to do a bunch of other stuff as well. Okay, found icons directory, that's pretty default. Screenshot, yeah, there it is, and what web. Alright, let's just visit the site anyway. So, I'm going to copy the thing here. Actually, I'm gonna load it in Burp. Okay, and we'll take a look. Just double checking this page, make sure it's nothing else. If I'm scrolling through, it's because I've seen this page so many times before. Alright, I imagine what we have to do is wait for this directory busting to end. There's a server status page, but it's a 403, which means we're not going to be able to access it. What I will do though, I'll start running some of the manual commands. Directory busting, that just finished? No. So we'll go to manual commands, and let's run GoBuster, and we'll run GoBuster with the directory list 2.3 medium. I'll run it in a new window, and actually, you know what I'll do? Let's skip back. Yes, what we'll do is we'll up this to 30. I think that should be fine. Yeah. All right. So let's watch this and see what happens. I guess what we could do is try and look for robots.txt, but I don't. That is one of the things that, yeah, what AutoRecon usually looks for. So I imagine, and people can correct me if I'm wrong if they've done this box, what I imagine we need to do is wait until we find, you see all these are 403s, and there's the 200. There was the logos directory, which we can check out. That was in the mmap. Oh, well, there wasn't. Okay, was it? What was that directory? Well, there's a okay, so there's a manual page that's a 404, which, yeah, it's not going to be anything. And then I thought I saw it say icons, that was it. For some reason I thought logos was, and we'll need a slash at the end. Okay, right, so it was a 403 forbidden. So that's not it. Still going. Yeah, so right now this isn't like not necessarily an easy box, it's just that you have to enumerate a lot. I'm kind of annoyed that GoBuster doesn't have the, well, it's maybe because I've disabled it, the ability to see how far it's going along. So what I might do, I wonder if I should cancel and use Feroxbuster, which I really like Feroxbuster. I think I'll do that. And we'll go, because I think at least Feroxbuster will tell me. Oops. Did I think I got the wrong file. Sect lists. Oh, damn. Yeah, it is sect list discovery, web content, directory list 2, 3 medium. All right. So Ferox Buster. Yeah, we're doing bank. And so far we haven't found anything. I'm just going to do a big... Where's this file directory? Hang on a minute. Oh, I know why. No, I don't know why. That's weird. I tell you what, we'll just... Oh, I know. Right. We were in... Okay, so what happened there was we were in this directory from before, from the last box. And then I deleted the results directory, so we were in an invalid directory. That makes way more sense. Alright, so now I can just rerun that. Okay. Alright, so that's launched off. It's going not very quick. How much RAM have I allocated for running? Let me check. Settings. I got 8 gigs. Let me actually maximize. I should probably full screen this. That would be better, right? So we're still going along. We could look for a domain. I think it was just... yeah, there wasn't a domain on the website, I guess. They always name them like bank dot hack the box or something. So what we could do is try that. Again, so this won't be on the OCP. Like, you won't have to find domain names on the OCP if it's literally showing a different site. I'll explain how it works in a minute, but let's just make sure. So we're going to my hosts file, and see, I already said it there. Look. So bank.hackbox. So what I'm doing here, if you edit your host file, you can set the IP address that you want this domain to resolve to, because obviously bank.hackbox isn't going to resolve to anything. So now if I do a host bank.hackbox, okay, dig bank.hackbox. Okay, it won't work, but it should resolve it internally at least. The other way you could do it in Burp Suite, if you go to project options, you can do hostname resolution down here. So we can do bank.hackbox in here, and then hang on. So I need to do http bank.hackbox. Okay, all right. Thank you, Angel, for that suggestion. All right. So I imagine we can cancel this Ferox Buster scan. What we will do, though, we'll rerun it. Maybe with the smaller word list. Maybe with this one. And what we'll do is we'll go back. So this is using the big word list from sec lists. bank.hackthebox. I should really start, actually, when I do hack the boxes, is do that. Like, just come from that domain instead. I know there's a few boxes that have been like that, right? Okay, so we have this login. Let's actually see what happened when we load this site. Oh, actually, I was going to explain why that worked, right? So the way with HTTP version 1.1, which is what most of the web still operates on, you can have multiple sites hosted at the same server. And the way the server differentiates them is this host name, right? This host header. So originally when we went to this site, the host header was set to this IP address. If I click down to the bank one, when we went to bank.hackthebox, even though it's the same IP address we're connecting to, the host is different. And so at the back end, what happens is the web server notices this host header and it serves a completely different like website. All right. Okay, so what happened when we visited this GET request is we got redirected. It set a cookie, which might be something. Hang on a minute. It also looks like, let's render this. So usually these responses shouldn't have bodies. It looks like it's actually leaked some of the information out, which is kind of funny. So was there anything down here? No. All right. Okay, I want to check out, firstly, I want to check out this authorization cookie. Let's use Hackverter. I think this is getting in, this is definitely in, unless it's like an SQL injection or something, this is definitely getting into territory where it's not like very OSCP like. Let's see, is there anything interesting about, to be honest, the problem is we got O's and U's, so it's not hex. So maybe it's nothing. Let's go to the login. Okay, and that just loads everything. All right, let's just try admin at bank.hackthebox password. And I'm just going to submit there and see what happens. Your connections are not matching our records. So we post. We got a PHP version, by the way. Let's just Google that. Maybe we'll be lucky like last time. It doesn't look like it. 5.x. That's Plesk, okay. Alright, let's check back up. Assets, okay. We've got an assets page. So let's visit that. Okay. Probably nothing. Great. We could try, let's try some SQL injection on here. So what we'll do is we'll just put single quotes in both of those and see what happens. So nothing really happened there. But what we can try is do something like or 1 equals 1 dash dash a, and then just password. This is supposed to be an easy box. It's not a skill injection, I guess. And it's still going. Okay, I found a few more. So I found Inc directory. Aha. All right. So I'm just going to open all 4 of these. Do I open them all? Tickets, login, footer. What did header go to? Oh, header went to login. Okay. All right, let's go back to Burp. So we opened user and it was blank. We opened ticket, it was blank. We opened header and it redirected to login.php. And then footer is literally just the page footer. Okay. So nothing there. Yeah. Check the page source of the PHP files. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything, unfortunately. But there was some other directories. Oh no, there weren't, but there was login and log out. So we'll try log out. Let's close all these now. Got it. All right, let's see if log out had anything interesting. It did not. Yeah, I'm using Burp Pro just because it's way easier. But I haven't done anything that you can't do in Burp community yet. I'm going to look at the source code of this page again just to make sure we're not missing anything. Actually, you know what I can do? Now that I have a domain name. Okay, AutoRecon's finished. It found domain. Yeah, okay. So what I can do now, I'll show you a cool feature of this. If I go -h, you see this global.domain. All right, we can use that. And what we'll do is we'll use global.domain equals bank.hackbox. All right, and then what I want to do is I want to force it to scan. I want to skip completely the port scanning because we know what ports they are, okay? And so I know that they're on TCP port 53. There is a DNS server, which is domain, and it's insecure, so it's not protected by SSL. All right, so this, what it should do is only use the DNS plugins, and it should now rerun them with this global.domain equals bank.hackthebox. And I need to do a -- because it thinks that the IP address is another service. All right, so let's scan this. This is a feature of the beta, by the way, and it works amazingly. All right, so basically what it's doing, it's running 3 scans. Sorry, 2. A reverse lookup and a zone transfer. And it finished. So now we'll go back to 53. Reverse lookup. So it will be this one. So it didn't find. Oh, actually, no, hang on. All right. This one worked. The reverse lookup didn't, right? Because it wouldn't use the domain. This one did though. Look, so remember before how it just did, tried to do a zone transfer on just this. So if you find a domain, you can try and do a domain transfer on the domain. So we found a bunch of things. So we found that we have chris.bank.hackthebox. And so what we can do is we can query the DNS server for this one. So we'll do 129.29.200. Don't have an IP address, but maybe it's the same. So we can add it here. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this IP address. chris.bank.hackthebox. Now let's try it. .hackthebox. All right. That didn't do anything, but we've got some more, I think. Oh no, we don't. Okay. We have, actually we do. We have NS, which is the name server, which I imagine won't do anything, and then we have www. Which is subtly different. So let's try visiting this one. No, but then we have the www one. So 10 www.bank.hackthebox, which are, they are different. Bank.hackthebox and www are different host names. Having trouble finding that site. Hang on. Oh, I didn't use the right one. What was that? So thank you for the Prime sub. .bank.hackthebox. And again. Is this really supposed to be an easy? I feel like we're close, but we're not. Can we do anything else? Other than brute forcing stuff. Yeah. Just gonna double check all these. GoBuster has a DNS brute force. Right, okay. The main string is bank.hackthebox. The resolver is going to be the IP address. You look in the FerrexBuster results. Okay. Ah, okay. We've got uploads and support now. That took a while. I was about to start brute forcing. Okay, let's try. Let's close all these. I don't care about that. So we got a support site. Which, did that do anything different? I probably need to have added it. Oh no, hang on. Dot support. All right. My tickets. All right, so it did actually. So it did one of these things where it rendered us. All right, so we can actually. What it's doing here And this is something I noticed earlier. Even though it redirects, it still prints the page, right? Okay. So what we can do in Burp, and you can do this in Community. If you see this 302 found, what we're going to do is we're going to copy that. We're going to go into Proxy Options. We're going to go down to Match and Replace. We're going to add a new rule. We're going to do Response Header. Match to that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change it to 200 OK. And then we go to the support page again. There we go. We get it. All right, I'm just going to quickly scroll up the chat because I know a lot of people have been asking questions. I've been seeing it. Def Hacker, Burp Pro can decode. This decoder is actually available on the community. It's called Hackverter, so you can go to Extender, BAP Store, and then Hackverter. You see it's not a pro extension, so you can use that. Curious Spectre, using Burp Suite Professional, am I limited on the... I think I answered that already, actually, yeah. How did you link the Hack the Box machine to your VM Kali? So I'm just using the OpenVPN. So when you sign up for a Hack the Box account, you get access to a VPN, and that's all you can do. I follow you on Twitter for a few times now. I'm a cybersecurity student, wondering where did you know where to focus on the machine which got multiple ports open with a website with multiple pages? How did you know? Yeah, it's pretty much experience, but honestly just going through each port and knowing what to look for. There's a few things, so I'm trying to explain my methodology as I go, especially on this box. I mean, this box is frustrating because there's so much stuff, but eventually we got here because Ferox Buster found stuff. So that was really, you just have to be diligent, I guess. And then I think that's everything, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go back to this. So does everyone understand what I did here? Effectively, the support page was redirecting. As you can see here, right? This support page redirects. The 302 found redirects to whatever the location is. The location is login.php. However, it was still spitting out the contents of the page, which means we can probably use the page while we're not logged in. And so all I did was I did a simple match and replace where I said, okay, match the 302 found and replace with 200 OK. And now we can actually use the site. And I believe there was an uploads directory. So let's have a look in the uploads directory. What we'll do is we'll just duplicate this and go to uploads. Forbidden to access uploads. Okay, that's fine. So it looks like we can, let's just do submit, and then what we'll do is we'll submit a text file. So we're gonna create test.txt, and I'm going to put test in it. And then what we'll do, choose file, go to HTTPS, AutoRecon, test.txt, submit. And I'm betting that there's now a test.txt here, right? Wasn't found. Interesting. Was the uploads directory correct? Yeah. Oh, where did it redirect to? It just redirects to uploads. Let's just try uploading a PHP. I mean, I guess actually we could try and find it somewhere else. So So is it uploaded to the main site? Oh. No. Interesting. Let me double check what happened when we actually submitted that. The request. Aha. A debug comment. I added the file extension .hackthebox to execute as PHP for debugging purposes only. Okay. You can only upload images. Ah, did that not? Ah, okay. I didn't see this. Alright. So actually we can only upload images. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to repeater. And we're going to pretend this is an image. By saying, I guess, .jpeg. We'll see if just changing the name of the file does it. Your ticket has been successfully created. Okay, so now will it work with uploads? So test.jpg. Not found. That's interesting. You may want to run another debusting scan using directory-less medium. Alright. We can do that for sure. Although I think, did I do that? No, I didn't. Okay. I'll call it bigger. The only reason I hate these ones is it oh damn. Alright, hang on a minute. User share, sec lists, discovery, web content. This one. Okay, we'll go back to this, call it bigger, and then I'll paste it in. Oh, yeah, I'll need to put this on the start. Okay. You know what I'll do? I'll up the number of threads to 50. We'll see how that handles it. All right. Assets. But I think assets, didn't we find assets again? Maybe not. Okay. Is it test.jpg? No. Oh, hang on, that was... Yeah, you're right. I was using that. Okay. That was my mistake. That was freaking Chrome hiding the extension. Thank you, 3fxx. Alright, so we actually do have file upload. If I go to view source here, we see the test. Alright, so I don't think we actually need to brute force this, but we will. So now we just need to make sure we can upload a file using the hack the box extension. Alright. So the question is, does adding hack the box count as a image? Yes, it does. Okay. So, alright, now what we can do, we can get a shell going. Alright, shell.hackthebox. So what we'll do is we'll create a PHP shell. And we'll just create a simple one. We can echo what is it, shell underscore exec, and then get cmd. Alright, and if you don't know what this is literally a really simple PHP shell. So all it's going to do is going to execute one command that we give it over the command line, not the command line, over the URL, and then it's going to echo the result, which basically means print. So let's do shell.hackthebox. Okay, we'll go here to shell.hackthebox question mark command equals ID. There we go. Okay, we got it, guys. Yeah, that's definitely not an OSCP level. Like it's not an OSCP one anyway because it just has too many steps. But let's go send this to repeater. And now what we can do is we can try and get a shell again. I'm going to cancel out this because we don't need it. Put one on 4444. Let's try our trick again. So we could use a PHP reverse shell. Let's just try and use this bash one. It might work. And so what we need to do, we'll put it up here, but what we need to URL encode it, so you can do Control U. And that should. It looks like it did it. Yep. We got a shell, guys. All right. Now we're playing with fire. All right, let's get a Python shell going. Nice. Okay. Let's do sudo -l. Okay, we need a password. I'll just press enter 3 times. All right. There's also an SUID. So if we go here, SUID commands. So we'll do this one. All right. Well, this looks interesting. Let's find out what type of file it is. All right. So yeah, it is setuid, so we can confirm that. Is there an emergency on GTFO bins? There is not. What we can do is we can just run it. Okay, now we're root. Okay, that was easy. I was not expecting just to get root by running it. Let's try and figure out why. We'll run strings against it, and we can't pipe it to less. But what we will do is there's a lot in this file. I imagine it might just be, hang on, is it like a version of bash? No. Oh, hang on. bin/dash. Yeah, there we go. It's literally just a copy. Look at that. I could probably do an MD5 sum on this. I knew it had to be something like that. All right, MD5 sum on bin dash. Identical. All right. So, I figured there because we got a shell so quickly, and because the file was quite big, like it wasn't just calling bash or calling something, right? I figured it was actually a shell. And so there's only a few shells on Linux. Like bin bash is the default. There's also bin/sh, which in this case is just pointing to dash, so it uses dash. And then all I did there, I used ls-l, which shows you information about the file. Thank you for the Prime sub, the Warner777. And I saw that this, so it's 112,000 bytes. Alright, 112204 bytes. And so all I did was I was looking, okay, well, bash is not that big. And then bin/sh went to dash. Dash is exactly the same size. Alright, which is a pretty good indicator that it is that shell. However, to be sure, I did an MD5 sum, which is basically a hash. So I hashed the file, which gives me this lovely hash here, and I hashed bin dash, and we get the exact same thing, which proves it's like an identical file to a pretty high degree. Any questions about that box? That was a hell of a lot of enumeration. So that box was good for enumeration, I think. It definitely is not OCP level purely because you had to try and find the domains, which generally I don't think they'd ask you to do. That would be kind of weird. So you missed the hack the box file extension. Okay, let me go back to that. So if I go back to this upload, so when we tried to upload, actually, hang on. Where's the post? Right, so the original thing we tried was to upload test.txt. All right, just to see if we could upload anything. And the response, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, says you can't upload this file, you can only upload images. All right, but also in this code there was this debug message, which I only saw because I was scrolling up through it. I added the file extension .hackthebox to execute as PHP for debugging purposes only. All right. So what we did then was, firstly we tried to upload a JPEG and it worked, and then we just tried to upload it as a .hackthebox, which also worked, I guess, because they think .hdb is a file or like an image, I guess. You see, if I scroll down here, it says success. And then it was a matter of just finding the file, which we did pretty easily. The only problem was I was using the www instead of just bank.hackthebox. But as soon as we found it, yeah, we got our shell. Any other questions before I think I will call it a night, because we're getting up to almost the 2-hour mark, and pretty much I only plan to do this for about 2 hours, so that's great. I'm also getting hungry. Any other questions at all? No problem. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks everyone for joining, it was great. Yeah, definitely. I plan on trying to do this every Monday, so that'd be great. Alright. Well, as always, I will flash up the stream ending. There's all my social media. So I am on Twitter, pretty active on Twitter, at 0xTiberius. I have a Discord server, which is fun. You can chat to me there. We have a great community. Got a YouTube channel. And obviously, you know my Twitch because a lot of you are subscribed now, which is amazing. Crazy, but thank you so much. And yeah, if you don't want to subscribe, please just give me a follow. That's perfectly all right. We'll do some as soon as I get enough subscribers, we'll do some subs only. But for now, the Cyber Mentoring Mondays will always be just for everyone, really. All right, guys, have a great evening. Have a great night for people who are going to bed. And thank you so much again.